Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 21st of September 2022. I'm back at uni, so I have Wednesdays off, so Shrine reviews should still be unchanged because unless I forget what day it is, I should still be able to do them every Wednesday. And gameplay videos, I don't know. Depends, like, if I get set work early and things like that, which is probably likely. So I'll just keep you updated on Twitter whenever I'm editing those videos or about to record those videos. So yeah, I can't make any promises on that right now. But the Shrine review should still be every Wednesday unless I forget that it's the new Shrine. First of all, we have Brutal Strength, which is a Trapper perk. This one has it so you can break pallets, breakable walls, and generators 20% faster. This one used to be really good to bring as a nice little bonus thing. You know, just helps to just break pallets a little quicker and get on the chase. However, with the recent buff that killers can break everything quicker anyways, this one is even more worth it to bring because of that little bonus. It's just a nice little thing. You're in a chase, you know, and it means you can kind of take the time to break pallets and things like that because you're quicker anyways, and this perk makes you even quicker, so you might as well. So even though the survivors will still get distance, you know, you still break this a bit faster, and you can catch up a bit faster as well. Um, yeah, this one's good on a lot of killers who kind of struggle in chase a bit, or the killers who basically have to eat pallets a whole lot, like Michael or Wraith. But like I said, I would say most killers. A really popular one is using this with Wraith and his is it Shadow Dance add-on? You know, the one where he kicks things really fast when he's cloaked. You can use that with this add-on, and it's crazy fast. So, um, that's always an option. But like I said, I think honestly most killers can benefit from just breaking pallets a bit quicker, and it feels really nice. You will feel the difference. I use this a lot. I use this on Wesker as well recently, um, but it's a great perk. I think this one, yeah, pretty solid. Next up, we have Dark Devotion, which is a plague perk. It also has a massive description, bloody hell. But basically, when you hit the obsession, either with a basic attack or a special attack, the obsession gets your terror radius, and you become undetectable for 30 seconds. That's the short version, basically. So this this perk is great because people really don't use this perk and people really don't expect this perk. So when it does happen, it's crazy and they kind of like freak out a bit because like I don't remember the last time I played against someone using Dark Devotion, and I probably used Dark Devotion like a month ago as part of a build I was doing. But this perk's great, I think. I think it's really underrated because you hit the obsession. Not only do you become undetectable, but they get your terror radius. So as they run around and walk around, they have your terror radius, which means survivors who hear the terror radius are like, "Oh shit, the killer's coming!" But really, it's their survivor friend who's coming. You know what I mean? And also, it just carries over. I was gonna say transfers. It carries over your like terror radius perks. So like if you're using Unnerving Presence, for example, and the survivor of the terror radius comes over to you when you're on a gen, you will still get Unnerving Presence skill checks, which I think is crazy good. This one, it's just so underrated and it's so unexpected, and I think people need to use it more often because it's so fun. And it's so interesting. For 30 seconds, not only do you become detectable, which is obviously great because you can go and do something else or get a grab or, you know, something like that. Um, the survivor literally gets your terriers, and there are no other perks or like add-ons that do anything like this. So I think that's really cool. And the fact it has the effects as well, I think it's really, really sick. So definitely recommending this one. Next up, we have Prove Thyself, which is a Dwight perk, and this one basically just lets you finish generators faster when you are with other people. You get a speed bonus every time a survivor comes to work on the gen with you, and this one is pretty strong. I think especially these days because gens take a bit longer. You can also people use the new hyper focus perk and everything, and a bunch of other stuff. And basically, you can get gens done really quickly, especially with this one. I have been seeing this perk a lot more since that whole big update we had, and I don't know. I've never really used this one because I am a bit of a gen jockey. I won't lie. But I feel like even this one is just crazy good. Even if it's just you and someone else, it's almost like double the speed. Especially if you have all four people on it, the gen just literally finishes. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. I just find like I've definitely played against people who use this perk, and you can kind of tell because there'll be generators that have like 10% progress or not even that, and then they get done like within the minute, and you're like, I just patrolled that gen. Like what? So yes, it's definitely good, and it's definitely recommended because it's so powerful and strong. But also, yeah, it is probably maybe a little unhealthy. Yeah, I would say maybe don't get used to this perk because there's gonna be a lot of times where people can't come on gens with you. So and also there's some gens that can only have one person. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's definitely strong though. I mean, it's definitely good, obviously, but I don't know. It's just no, I'm not a fan of it personally. And finally, we have Metal of Man, which has a description so big the perk name does not even fit on the screen. This is a Ash perk, and this one is pretty interesting. I don't even have this perk. This is probably one of about 3 perks that I don't have for Survivor, if that. So I'm glad it's here because I'm probably going to get it after. But anyway, after you take 3 protection hits, Metal of Man activates, and it basically puts you into endurance, which means that's things like off the record, borrow time. When you get rescued, you get endurance anyway. Um, but it means you get to take an extra hit basically. You get to take an extra hit that normally would put you in the dying state, but instead it just puts you into deep wounds. However, you will get this perk will get deactivated if you are put into the dying state, and also when you get healed to full health, your aura gets revealed to the killer for a certain amount of time, which yeah, it's basically like a kind of like objects of obsession kind of thing, where it's like you get a good bonus, but the killer also gets a little bonus too, sort of. Like see each of his auras. I think actually we talked about objects of obsession last week. I'm pretty sure, or the week before. I feel like it was very recent. But yes, this one I think again this is like a niche kind of unexpected perk. Um, I don't have a lot of experience playing against this perk, and like I said, I don't even own it, so I can't even say I've played with it. But I think it's interesting. I think this is one of those perks that kind of needs a build around it. You could do like Breakout, or you could do like Dead Hard and things like that, and kind of just do a build that will let you take hits all the time and stuff. They do have to be protection hits as well, so keep that in mind. You can maybe use Wiggle Live Forever to like count those because sometimes protection hits are counted a bit weirdly. I would say the main like guaranteed way is taking hits while the killer is carrying someone, but also protection hits count for obviously taking hits for survivors, but sometimes it doesn't count. So keep that in mind. It's a weird perk. Like it's good obviously because you basically get endurance until the killer hits you. Um, but it can take a lot to activate because you need 3 protection hits, and I know that might be kind of difficult to get because that means you have to go out of your way for it. And I always don't like those perks that kind of means you have to go out and do stuff. That's why I'm not big on flashlights because it means I have to kind of just follow the survivor around and wait for them to get down. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not being productive at that time. I'm just running around. So I feel like it's kind of that situation, but obviously it is worth it when you get it, and it is good because you get a whole health state basically, and yeah, I see the appeal. I'm definitely gonna get this perk and try it out after this video, but yeah, I think like I said, it's hard to pull off, and there'll probably be matches where you don't manage to get all 3 hits, or if you do, then nothing really happens with it, and yeah, I still think it's worth it though. I think that was all still worth it. So yeah, and it's fun. And obviously, I do have a thing for fun perks. Those like niche, wacky ones, like Dark Devotion. Like you literally give the survivors your terror radius. You know what I mean? In terms of which ones I would say to buy, probably Dark Devotion. I would say Metal of Man, but like I said, I don't think that perks for everybody. I feel like a lot of people would just not use it, which is obviously fine, but I'm just pointing out. Um, Dark Devotion is so fun though. It's like great, and probably not every killer can get like a crazy amount of value from it, because some killers aren't very good of undetectable because they are still detectable by like footsteps and stuff. But it's fun. I really want people to try this out. I really want people to use this perk more because it is great. It is fun. And the other ones, I would have said these two, Brutal and Prove Thyself, but they are from free characters. The Traffler and Dwight are free characters, so I never say to buy perks from free characters because it's probably just worth it to level them up and just get those perks. So if you really want them, if you really want faster gen speeds, or you really want to break stuff faster, then go ahead, I guess. But I would just say um, probably just level those characters up. Guys, that'll do it from me. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this useful, and I will see you next week.